Hey everybody, welcome to another motivational message for this week. When we think about it, tomorrow is December. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode for your motivational message for the week. Can y'all believe that tomorrow is December the 1st already? We're entering into the last month of the year. And I'm here to tell you, listen, we still got 30 days to go. So you got to know the year is not over yet. It is not over yet. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. I need for you to tell yourself that it is not over yet. You're in the last month of the year. There is still so much that could happen in the next 31 days. Just know it's not over yet. So first and foremost, I want to thank everybody that supported Shelena's collection over the weekend for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Small Business Saturday. Thank you all so much. Make sure you go like, subscribe, and comment on our podcast, on our YouTube. Make sure you share it with your friends and give them some motivation, give them some encouragement, some empowerment to get their week started. Today we're going to talk about darkness. And when you think about darkness, you think about darkness being bad. You think about, a lot of people make it seem like darkness and the enemy both go hand in hand, and it's not always necessarily that. Because when you think about a seed when you plant it. You cannot just set a seed on top of the ground and it starts growing. Sis, it just ain't gonna happen. You have to dig a hole, you have to plant the seed in the hole, and you have to put the dirt back on top of the seed in order for it to blossom or bloom and become whatever God intended it to become. It has to grow into what God has created it to become, and it can only start in a dark place. So it is set in a dark place to begin the growth process. And I tell you that because a lot of times God leads us into a dark place. He leads us into the wilderness. He led Jesus into the wilderness. He led the Israelites in Exodus chapter 14. He led them into the wilderness, and he allowed it. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the Israelites being led. God led them into the wilderness, and the enemy Pharaoh came to try to attack them, and they immediately said, bruh, if you brought us here to die, you could have left us where we were at. And that is where I have been in the last couple of weeks. I'm like, God, you definitely could have left me where I was at, but now you got me in this space, in this wilderness atmosphere. Why? You could have left me where I was at. I was comfortable where I was at. I was okay, and it could have ended there. I was good to live the rest of my life there, but you led me into this place, and now it looks super dark. It looks like the enemy is trying to overtake me, but yet you led me to this place. Why? And that is the same question that the Israelites were like, bruh, you could have left me in Egypt. Why did you bring me here? And it's because God has to show you that you have to learn how to trust them. You have to really learn how to trust him, because in a dark spot, when you're in those dark moments, when you think about the dark, just close your eyes. When you think about darkness, you can't see anything. You got to fumble your way around. Like God said, I'm tired of you fumbling your way around. I'm tired of you trying to figure it out on your own. But if I can put you in a dark spot, I'm going to train you to listen to my voice so that you can get out. See, a lot of times when we're in darkness and we're in this wilderness season that we're in, and we're in these places like we do not know what to do. It's a bunch of confusion. I don't know what to do. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what move to make next. And things just not working out the way that I expect them to work out. Like, what is going on? God put you in these dark spaces because he's tired of you fumbling around. Because in the darkness, when you start to fumble around, a lot of times you probably end up turning yourself right around and going back to where you were, going back to the person that you were, because you're not listening to his voice. But he says, in this dark season, in this wilderness season that you're in, I'm going to train you to listen to my voice, and I'm going to train you to learn how to trust me. I'm going to train you to show you that I am the one that can rescue you from the hand of the enemy. But it's going to require you to listen. See, the Israelites, when they were in the place that Pharaoh ran up on him with all his men. And they got scared. And that's what the enemy wants you to think. The enemy wants you to get so scared and now allow you to see that this is the end. This is done. It's over for you. Like, I am bigger than you. I am going to overtake you. You should have stayed where you were at. But no, you decided to leave. So now I'm about to punish you. But it's at that moment that God shows up to show you that he is bigger than any enemy that can come and try to attack you. And it's all about just having faith. And you have to realize that it's impossible to please God without faith. But if you can learn to listen to that still voice, if you can learn to trust him in those dark moments, he is going to lead you out. He's going to show you miracles, signs, and wonders. Because guess what? Guess what he did for those Israelites? Guess what God did just for them after he led them? After he's the one that led them into the wilderness, after he's the one that led them into darkness. Listen, he led them there knowing that Pharaoh was going to come after him. But because you serve an amazing God, and because you are trusting his word, and because you show that I'm not going to bow down to the enemy, but I'm going to trust God. Yes, I may be a little scared. Yes, I may not know what the heck is going on, but God, I'm going to trust you. God parted the Red Sea just for them. He parted a whole sea for them to get across. And when the enemy tried to follow them, he allowed the Red Sea to cave back in and drown out the enemy. And that is exactly what God wants to do. God wants to increase your faith. He wants to do bigger in your life. But the only way that he can do bigger is if you believe bigger. And the only way for you to believe bigger is if you see God do some miracles in your life that you didn't think that you could come out of. And that is what he is looking to do. He's looking to stretch your faith so far that way you know it was him and nobody else. So that way your faith is going to another level, because where he's taking you is going to require you to believe bigger. It's going to require you to believe bigger. So don't think that you're in this dark season for no reason. Don't think that you're in this wilderness experience for no reason. But God is growing you, and he's growing your faith so that you can go to the next level, so that you can walk across that dry land to the next assignment, to the next level. And he's drowning out every enemy that tried to come take you out along the way. You will never have to face those enemies again. He told the Israelites, you'll never see these Egyptians again. You'll never see them again. And he told them, he said, just be still and I'm going to fight for you. You just have to be calm. So when God has led you into a dark spot, when he has led you into a wilderness, all you got to do is be calm. All you got to do is be still and know that he is going to rescue you from the hand of the enemy, that he is going to protect you, that he is going to keep you. He said that he has given you all power over the enemy. So you better believe that he's not going to bring you to a place and then allow the enemy to defeat you. You have to believe that with your whole heart. You got to believe that if he led you there, he's going to carry you through. He's going to carry you through the deliverance process. He's going to carry you through the healing process. He's going to carry you out of poverty. He's going to carry you out of lack. Whatever it is that the enemy is trying to bring up against you in this season, whatever it is that they're trying to make you think that you're about about to lose or that you're about to give up. Like God is like, nah, I'm protecting all of this, but I need you to see that I'm going to defeat the enemy in front of you. That's all he wants you to see, that he's going to defeat the enemy in front of your face so that you know that the hand of God is on your life. And you're going to know that he led you there. Like you didn't choose that. Who chooses to go? Who chooses to go to a dark spot? Like who chooses to do that? We don't choose to do that, because if we had a choice, look, I'm not going to go to a hard place. I'm really not. I'm really not trying to be uncomfortable. But I know in my uncomfortable zone is where my faith resides. When I'm comfortable, I know what's going on. But when I'm uncomfortable, that is where my faith resides. And that's where I can start pleasing God, because he says it's impossible to please him without faith. So when I'm in my uncomfortable state, you have to realize that you have to become comfortable with being uncomfortable. And this is where this is where he wants you at. He wants your faith always on high. He wants your faith always elevating. He wants you always exercising your faith, but you can only do that in uncomfortable situations. You have to be comfortable knowing that God is going to rescue you from the hand of the enemy. You have to be uncomfortable knowing that he is going to show you the light in a dark situation. You have to be comfortable knowing that in my darkness, when God does that miracle, he's going to drown out every enemy that is trying to attack me. Like he is ready to defeat the enemy. The enemy is already defeated. Like God has already planned this thing all the way out. If you read at the beginning of the chapter, he told Moses exactly what was going to happen. The Israelites had no clue what was going to happen, but he told Moses. And a lot of times God is not telling us, but he's telling the angels that are surrounding us. He's telling the Holy Spirit what is going to happen and where to lead us to. We may not know in the natural, but in the spiritual, that thing is already taking place, and God has already planned out what is going to happen and how he's going to rescue us. Your job is just to trust him. And be that seed that when it comes time for your breakthrough, when that seed breaks through the ground, baby, you know that growth has taken place. And when your breakthrough comes, you're going to see that growth that he is trying to show you. You're going to start seeing yourself become what he said that you could become. You're going to start seeing yourself as God sees you when growth starts to take place, when that breakthrough starts to take place. But it requires you to be set in a dark place so that he can train you to hear him, so he can train you to listen to him, so he can train you to take his hand and allow him to lead you out. That's what it's going to require. So don't be upset in your dark place. Your dark place is only going to grow you to the place that he has called you to. Your dark place is only going to grow you into the destiny that he has for you. Don't get upset because you are in the wilderness. Don't get upset because you are in a dry place. Don't get upset because you can't see what's going on. God has already laid out the plan. I challenge you, read Exodus chapter 14. Just read the whole chapter. Read the whole chapter and just see how God laid this thing out. And the version that I read, you can read in the easy read version. You can read in the NLT version. Read a version that you can understand it. The easy read version is probably the easiest to understand, so that you can really see the full effect of what he's trying to do, what he's going to do. Don't get mad. You may get scared. You may get scared for like a second, but just know God is God. God is going to do exactly what he said he's going to do, and he has a plan. Even when it looks like, he told them at the beginning of the chapter, he was like, I'm going to make Pharaoh brave, and it's going to look like the Israelites have nowhere to go. And then God stepped in and parted the Red Sea so that they could cross over. He stepped in and provided a way of an escape for his people after he led them into that wilderness. After after he led them into that dark spot, he made sure when it looked like the enemy was about to overtake them, that he provided a way of an escape and showed them that I will rescue you from the hand of the enemy. They don't have to be far off, but I'm gonna wait till they right up in your face. He's gonna wait till your problem is right up in your face, waiting for that problem to overtake you. Looks like it has already overtaken you, and he's going to show up and bring you out. So the closer it gets, the closer that problem gets, the closer that it looks like that you are done, the closer it looks like that it's over, they got me, God is going to show up. The closer that enemy gets to you is the closer you are to your breakthrough. Do not give up. Do not give up, because God is right there with a plan to rescue you from the hand of the enemy. He's right there. He is right there. So that is your motivational message for this week. God is right there with you in that dark spot. He has led you there to train you to hear his voice and train you to trust him in the most awkward situations. All right? So make sure you guys like, share, comment this episode, and tell people darkness is not a bad thing. Being in a dark place is not a bad thing, because a lot of times God has led you there in order to grow you, in order to show you exactly who he is. All right. I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing week, and just enjoy your day. Bye.